Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down now, Bartholomew, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10, right at the 40. To throw is Walker. From the gun, he'll throw. And this one complete to Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down.
What happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Walker now throwing again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready? Hey, hold on. 58. Got nothing.
Walker throwing on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Walker operating from the gun. It's caught. Smith. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Here's Walker. Off play action. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 36.
I don't believe that this opening drive, after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Walker looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And his kick is indeed good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Come on, D.
Defense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
22 jet bomber. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go. Get it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
All day,
On 3rd down, Elway. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now they try the right side here. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Walker is going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Walker. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 33.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the twitch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Set, ready? 30 base.
Check 56. All day, baby, all day.
Go, go.
56 is Mike.
Go.
On first, they'll throw with Elway. Looking deep for Adams. He's got him in. Complete. 36 yards on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now Elway on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
To throw is Walker. Off the play fake. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point up and through. And the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Walker now, off play action. Forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Ready?
Walker to throw again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake. Walker, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now Walker on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. Off play action. Walker. And he finds his man Griffin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Walker. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Looking to throw. Walker. And he's going to go down again. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Walker. Operating from the gun. Airing it out deep for Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
60 or. Hey, Haywood.
Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40, Mike 40.
Elway. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Go now. 15 line. 15 line. Hey, 2. Ready?
Elway now off of play action. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. 7, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now they try the right side here.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Yep. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Look at me. Zipper.
56.
Throwing now. Elway on first down. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
70, Indy.
On 2nd down, Elway. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
On 2nd and a couple, Walker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Push him back. Push him back.
Check Alpha.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Set. 30 base.
Man left, man left.
61. Matchbox lights.
Watch twins. Check 15. Check 15. Check, 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 check. Watch the ship. Watch the
Hustle, hustle.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
It's now 4th down and 1.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this game's had a little bit of everything. Here's another little something. A potential game-tying fourth-quarter field goal that winds up hitting iron.
And there's always the chance that it's going to hit and bank itself in, but no such luck that time. And that's a body blow right there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Walker. He finds his man Johnson. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A 1st down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey, watch it. Check it back. Check it back.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Walker now, off the play fake. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 56.
Now it's Elway. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Leo. Get ready.
Throwing now is Elway. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Elway. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce.
That?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Green Bay, it is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Seattle Seahawks. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Check 26. Yellow. Switch. He's crashing.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Yellow. I know Lou Eddie.
I know he ain't got it.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. He's at the 40. 20. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll look to throw. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes, the screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they try the right side here. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
That's fielded in the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Tighten up.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. 15 on it. Titans Ringo. Titans on Ringo. Titans on the Ringo.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Kill. Turn yellow. Kill. Turn up. Check 52. Tight dog. Switch. 22 jet bomber. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yellow. How's that little lady? 54.
On second down, it's Cohen, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Hey,
they go play action. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Let's go.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And they give this time to the tailback. That one good for 26 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
On the Seahawks 24-yard line.
There we go. Double tight.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jeffrey Simmons able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Working from the gun, Mahomes complete to Myers, the tight end, and all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Mahomes now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Alexander. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Open man is Samuel, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They come out here in the I. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff here to his running back. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
At the Chargers' 2-yard line.
132 fight. Tighten up. Hey, 57 color.
They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Kill. Protein Smith. I don't need to.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the pass.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure it's...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here, the 32. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, you're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down.
We got 4.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Second and 3. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, check, check.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's it, baby.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Let's get out the field, defense. Hey.
Second and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They'll set up to throw, eluding the crack. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. From 21 yards away as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
54. Oh, yeah.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's caught. He finds Myers. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down and 4. Mahomes flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up with that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Ready. Go to base. 6. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. A good pickup there, a 22.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot, because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Back.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Mahomes on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
Mahomes on the keeper.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Stay with your man. Mike's back.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Mahomes pass.
Let's go, baby.
To number 18. A gain on the play.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
Let's go, defense.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start with a give to Cohen. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch one. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike one, single.
They'll drop to throw. Incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Watch the boot.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
On 1st down, Cohen, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 1-yard gain.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
A loss of a yard.
Yellow.
2nd down at the 37-yard line.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for our visitors, It was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Houston Texans. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Off the play fake. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Pull it high. Hey, echo.
To throw on second down. Lawrence. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Greystone, Travis. Squeeze.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Check four, check four. You go tight.
Hey, lock it.
You got tight right there. 49, check 49.
On second down, here's Mixon.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And it's third down.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. Recon. 132 fighter. Watch the whip.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
San Diego.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Check 15. Check 15.
And to give this time to the tailback. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Back to throw. Lawrence steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Thirteenth play now on the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's third and goal. Off play action. Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They've already gone for it and made it once on this opening drive. They're going to try it again on fourth down. On fourth down, Lawrence. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 19 yards away. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. CD, that call, it took some guts. It's not like they were at the 1-yard line. They had some distance to go.
They certainly did, and, you know, a lot of people might say that's fly by the seat of your pants type of coaching, but it's also sending a message out there. We're going to be unpredictable. You can't prepare for anything with us. You never know which way we're going to go. We zig, you zag.
And now some serious opening drive momentum. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Matt Hawk now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go now. 8, read.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Down. 60 or.
Hey, watch it.
On second down now, Nixon. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Lawrence. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find a soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Joe Mixon. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game. And now look at him go. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 75 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Taylor now returning it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Taylor.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mike 58, right there. Crunch time, defense.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Maxwell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go. 31. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Mike 50. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Hey, 59. Hey, 50. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down. Watson, flush to his right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Bengals grab it.
When I see a play like that, come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey.
3 bucks.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Let's hear it, Texans fans, because it's 3rd down.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm going back to you. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. On 3. Alert.
Watson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 52. Tight dog.
A final shot before the break. Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch the run. 58, right over there.
Back to throw, Watson. And his throw here's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Maxwell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Kill.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Safety's creeping.
Now Taylor. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Check. 36. Save. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands down.
On first down, Maxwell. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 18-yard line.
We're set. They take.
Eat the money. I'm coming, baby.
I 59.
Check nickel.
9.
On second down now, it's Taylor, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
We're set. Like 88.
50. Record. 25. Check 25.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Once again, they run with Mixon, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mixon. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
The coverage that time was unbelievable the whole way around. I mean, you've got a quarterback just standing back there in the pocket. He had all night to survey the field, and he still couldn't find anybody. And when he finally did throw it, he threw it to the other team.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Maxwell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
And let's pin the mirror. Full strength. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And the blitz does come. Flushed out right. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Going to give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On first down, Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Meyer. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Going to give this time to the tailback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Watch the run, watch the run. Let go.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on here to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st down, Taylor. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll try the left side. Maxwell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
50 years out. 19. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Shoot. Slam. Alert. Check. Fresno. 34. 37. Check 37. Alert flare.
They run with Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And 7 at the 12-yard line.
Reset. 19. 58. Come on. Drop deep. Kill. Watch out. Shit.
On 2nd down, It's Taylor. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Come on, the ball. Check. Crunch. Slam. Down, go.
On third down, Taylor. Oh, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Houston, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.